I'm sure the majority of you by now have figured out that because of popular demand, we've been doing a whole lot of videos on Sonic. And hey, don't get me wrong, we respect the blue blur a lot. But as with any mainstream pop culture legacy, Sonic's history and current state of being has its issues. So today we're coming at you with our list of the top 10 things that Sonic has ruined. Now I personally got a lot of messages from fans on this channel that were eager to share their adoration of Sonic. So if that includes you, don't be offended by this list. It's in good fun. Also, Sega is awful and mostly responsible for the majority of things we'll be talking about on this list, so blame Sega. And at number 10, VR Chat. VR Chat describes itself as a place where you can explore virtual worlds with other people from around the world, allowing for social VR experiences by giving the power of creation to its community. It encourages making friends, collaborating with other users to help shape the metaverse, and expressing oneself. Then, this happened. Tidius Flyer, the DeviantArt user who created the 3D model of Gregzilla's Knuckles caricature, has even stated his disappointment in how the Uganda Knuckles meme has disrupted VR Chat. I quote, "VR Chat has become a meme ground and I feel I have helped dig a grave for VR Chat. Soon people are going to get tired of all the memes that now pollute the servers. And with 500 people trying to enjoy an event, they can't because there just isn't enough moderation to hold down the rampant amounts of memers. So please, think about the users that you're playing with. Don't let it be a second life." So, in other words, this is why we can't have nice things.
You don't know the way. Do you know the way?
And at number 9, cosplay. Okay, cosplay is pretty awesome. It's a thriving community filled with incredibly creative and imaginative individuals from a wide range of backgrounds and skills, coming together to spread the love while dressed up as one of their favorite characters. But thanks to Sonic, cosplay has been given a bad reputation to groups of people outside of the community. How so? Well, let's take a look at a few examples. There's this. And this. And most importantly, my personal favorite, titled Eat the Hell.
It's chili dog time, yeah.
To be fair, it's not only Sonic who has tainted cosplay's reputation, but it's definitely higher up on the list when it comes to spreading the cringe. Speaking of looking at terrible Sonic images, in at number 8, our editor's browser search history. Now you're probably thinking either A, yeah, sure, whatever, stop complaining, or B, that's very specific, please do tell. Well, I'm now going to hand over this number to our editors to present you with a slideshow of all things Sonic that they've encountered, and had to include in the videos on our channel. I'm sorry, Cassie. At number 7, shipping. Shipping is a major part of any fandom. In various communities, it can act as an outlet when a certain series is lacking in representation. It can bring fans together through mutual beliefs about characters, or it can just simply satisfy unexplored narratives that fans really want to see pan out. In other words, it's pretty great. But then you get ships like these. This is yet again another case of tainting an aspect of fandom and its reputation. It's also a case of how the internet can latch onto a joke which then overpollutes, meaning we all get stuck having to see images of Sonic My Little Pony character. Yeah, I think I'll pass. Up next, number 6, Shrek. Riffing off of our last point, I think it's quite necessary to bring up the Shadow Shrek ship. Yes, it's a cargo ship, which means it's a ship that fans have jokingly made up for and giggles. But when you're in the line of work that we're in, and you see images of Shrek making out or fondling Shadow constantly on almost a daily basis, it gets pretty old pretty fast. Once again, editors, do your thing.
I thought love was only true in fairy tales, meant for someone else but not for me.
Up next, number 5, adorable photos of animals. Yes, every now and then, it is cute. But seriously, other adorable animals rarely get photoshopped into fictional blue characters this often. So why do poor hedgehogs gotta deal with this shit? Stop. It just makes them look sadder. Up next, number 4, DeviantArt. If the absurd shipping fan art didn't do it for you, well, that's just the tip of the Sonic fan art iceberg, friends. DeviantArt is known for having some pretty risque works of art in its community, which isn't a bad thing. Art is subjective, and creating a piece that you feel strongly attached to or says something is important. Create more art. But then there's Sonic fan art. And I'm not talking about the innocent Sonic fan characters that younger fans are making. Oh no, There's a whole lot of furry erotic art featuring Sonic characters out there, and really f***ing weird fan art featuring things like Sonic as a urinal, or Sonic and Shadow as a combined toilet thing, birther fan art featuring Tails and Sonic, and a whole lot more. Luckily, DeviantArt is a pretty large community, and a lot of the Sonic fan art these days seems to be popping up elsewhere on the interwebs. But at times, it really does feel that spotting some unfortunate Sonic erotica on DeviantArt is more likely than one would want it to be. Up next, number 3, chili dogs. Do you really need more evidence than that? And at number 2, Sega. So for those of you wondering why we have so much disdain for Sega, let me sum that up for you. The treatment of Sonic fans is abhorrent. No other major game studio would release underdeveloped, half-assed games filled with glitches and consistently bad game mechanics. But they can, because Sonic's fanbase is so loyal, and they take advantage of that. According to a blog post from an ex-Sega employee named Ben Andak, aka JPEG, even Sonic Team are tired of Sonic, and those who are employed at Sega just have a very low morale for the company. Kinda like some fans do. And before you throw Sonic Mania in my face in those comments, just remember that Sonic Mania was developed by Sonic fans and published by Sega. Sega hasn't released a quality Sonic game that they've personally developed in years. So where does that leave us? When you have a company that doesn't really care to do well by their main attraction, of course it'll be mocked by fans and other gamers who think very little of the series for it, which fosters the kind of stuff and treatment of the character that we've seen on the entirety of this list. Sega used to be good. And while Sonic may not be initially responsible for that, there's an obvious correlation between how crappy the Sonic games and franchise has become with the lack of effort that Sega has put into Sonic games and pretty much everything else, minus its Twitter page. That's f***ing gold. Even all of that aside, there's still one thing that Sonic has ruined that has us saltier than our feels for Sega. In our number 1 spot, this channel.